done to it. It is one of my cars. This is a 2015 Toyota Corolla LE Eco. I don't even know where to begin with this car. That's the reason I'm doing this review. This car is freaking amazing. I love it. It's my new daily driver. I was getting pretty anal about driving the MR2, the Beams car, which was my previous daily car I built every day. And long story short, we got this. It's an awesome little car. But anyways, to start off, I've driven this car for almost 12,000 miles. We're going to cross over 12 here in a little bit, actually. I've had it for 3 months. With the math together, I drive it a lot. It's been driven down to Miami several times, down to Homestead, Sebring 5 times, I think. Just all over the place. And now I am going up north somewhere, so I'm gonna definitely get some use out of it. Anyways, let's start off with the trim model. Long story short, the Corolla, the 2014 onwards Corollas have 4 trim levels. There's what's called the L, which is the base, which is stripped out. There's the LE, which has some gizmo features like this does. And third, there's the LE Eco, which that's what this is. Basically, it's an LE with some added fuel economy features. And lastly, there is the S, which is the, I guess it's short for sport, even though previous Corolla generations, there wasn't really anything sportier other than a body kit, pretty much, and some trim features. But they made some changes to that with this model. Anyways, with this particular car, it's got a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder. It's a 2ZFE something. Sorry, I can't exactly remember the name of it. But anyways, what makes this LE Eco special is it has what's called the Valvetronic. It's got electronic actuators that open and close the valves on one pair of them. So it's a fuel economy feature. The car is known for getting amazing fuel mileage, and quite honestly, I think the EPA estimates on this car are crap. It does not get worse fuel mileage than that. It gets better. And when I say that, I mean much better. I've driven this car mainly highway, but in that I drive on the coastal road of Florida a lot, which is called A1A. I usually cruise there around 45, 50 miles an hour. When I do that, and I don't have a significant headwind, I get around 60 miles per gallon with this car. I kid you not. This car just blows everything out of the water. Right now I'm traveling 75 miles an hour, and I'm getting 43 miles per gallon average. If I draft with the car, I get around 55, which right now I'm not. I'm just driving along I-95 north. So anyways, fuel mileage, absolutely amazing. Okay, I'm going to move on to some of the little techie features. This has what's called the Toyota Entune. It's basically a connectivity package. It works off the phone. It's a subscription that you get through Toyota. I've had it for a long time. You just basically, you have access to Pandora and everything through the screen here. It's got like a little touch panel. I'm not crazy about the Entune. I mean, the nav is nice, I guess, sometimes, but the Entune, it'll eventually, I believe, be phased out with the CarPlay and stuff, with the iPhones and everything else. But anyways, what I really like about the touchscreen is there's what's called a trip information monitor right here, and it allows you to keep track of your fuel mileage, literally, on a bar graph. And great little techie features. The only model that doesn't have this touchscreen is going to be the L. It has a standard push-button radio. The AC, it's got a LCD, blue LCD display on it with the LE on up. That's what this car has. It has a rotary dial for the temperature, of course. The L is going to have just the standard knob air conditioning HVAC unit. One nice thing additionally about the LE in general is the L does not have cruise control. Let's just say that. The cruise control really helps with fuel mileage for the normal person. Everything. This car is very well put together. Okay. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna go on to a little bit of into the powertrain. Of course, I mentioned it had a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder. It's a 2-something ZFE. I can't remember the letter. Now, paired to it is a CVT transmission. When I was first looking at this car, I saw CVT. I thought, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. I bought this car sight unseen. I hadn't driven it. I had no clue really what to expect from this car with the CVT. It's basically a similar CVT as what's the Prius, which I've of course driven that several times. But I'd never driven this Corolla before, this kind of Corolla. So I really didn't know what to expect. I got in it and pretty much fell in love with it when I saw what it was doing. It has 2 sets of pulleys. It does shift, the CVT. It's got a low range, which will carry you up to about 30-35 miles an hour, and then it will go into the high range pulleys, which that's of course what I'm on now, going 75 miles an hour. But they do that to be able to span the pulleys out more. If you have just one set of pulleys, you cannot span them out as much. I don't know what the top speed is on this car. I've had it up there one time, about 120. It still felt like it would keep going. I was just not sure where the rating on the tires was. As far as, let's see, what have I not covered so far? The driving in the car is great. It's very quiet. It's very smooth. I've had so many people compliment me, ask me what kind of a car this is when they get into it. And when I tell them it's a Corolla, they're amazed because when they think of a Corolla, they think of the 90s starter car. This is not really a starter car, in my opinion. It's suited for anybody. It just drives nice. As far as the interior, everything's very well spaced out. Everything's comfortable. In this car, I have manual seats. I really don't care for power seats. It wasn't a big thing for me. It's plenty of legroom. Can comfortably seat 4 in here, no problem. I can put 5 in. It might get a little tight in the back. I haven't really tried. Right now, I have a full-size, both top and bottom set of a SC 400 or SC 300/400 rear seat back there. So that just goes to show you how much room is back there, and I still have plenty of room back there. Okay, one thing I do kind of want to cover, the S model, the things that are not on this car. The biggest thing you will notice about the S, looking at it, of course, and this is the base S, all the models have what's called a plus model and a premium model. The things that basically come with that are the wheels, the alloy wheels. They all have the ability to come with steel wheels with hubcaps, which that's what this has. I just don't care enough about it. This is just a daily driver for me. If I want to go show something off, I'm not going to be driving this to a car show or a race. I'm just not. If I'm going to show off. Anyways, some of the features the S has. It has, of course, the trim features, the body kit. It's got a low course, a sport mode, which basically it just drives the pulleys into basically letting the motor spool a little bit more to get a little bit more initial power out of it. One thing that is interesting about the S model is it has the ability to come with paddle shifters. Okay. When I saw that, I was inquisitive because the Corolla only has 2 transmissions. The L can come with a manual transmission, a 5-speed manual, and of course it has the ability to come with the CVT as well, and the LE and the LE Eco and the S all come with a CVT. Okay, so obviously this car had to have a CVT. So I started looking at it and doing a little digging with it. Basically what it does is it ranges the pulleys and locks them in when you turn that into that manual mode on the S. Basically you lose the slow and brake, you lose, I think it's the brake mode in the, actually maybe both of them, in the CVT. On this one it has slow and brake mode, which are the drag scenarios of the CVT. Brake will, I believe, throw it below a certain speed, it'll throw it into that low range pulley set. So it definitely causes a little bit of braking power there. I'm trying to think what else here. The only thing, there is one complaint. The only one complaint you're ever going to hear from me on this car is the seats. The seats are comfortable. I love them. They hold me in well. I'm a skinny guy. I fit fine in the seats, the fronts. The rears are comfortable. I've sat back there. I haven't actually ridden back there, but I've sat back there to see what it feels like. It's all very comfortable. The problem is, and it was kind of more my fault for not really picking up on this, when the car was ordered, I just selected the gray interior because there was no real option for black for the seats. So I just kind of went with it. I didn't think that, hey, I race cars, I coach race car drivers, I go to the racetrack, I touch cars, my hands get dirty. And long story short, this interior may be a little dirty. I do have stuff to clean it, and I have the armrest is the biggest part. Actually, I just cleaned it. It's not too bad, but I am afraid eventually it will get a little interesting looking, a little darker looking. But if it does, it does. What I have looked into, what I would really like to do is put leather, black leather in the car. So that is definitely probably going to get done here pretty soon. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I want to cover a little bit of the, one more thing, the trunk space. There is a lot of trunk space in this car. The rear seat's also full. I've never had to. Right now I have 3 suitcases back there. There's no need for more. I'm just really happy with the storage room of this car. Another thing, working on it. I've done an oil change myself on it, and I let the dealer do one. I normally don't let the dealer change my oil, but Toyota, long story short, even with how this car was purchased, they give you so many oil changes, so many services, I guess, and I can't walk away from free oil, I guess, so I let them change it this past time. Toyota recommends changing it every 10,000 miles with the OW20 synthetic. I don't like doing that. I change it every 5. I don't really care. It's 4.5 quarts of oil. I really am not gonna cry over 4.5 quarts of oil for a filter. Where I can just take a look at the oil and see if there's anything wrong with it. So anyways, I changed it at 5 myself. First oil change. Very easy to change the oil on. Filter comes off very easily where it's at. Barely have to jack the car. S does come with rear assists, but it's not a bothersome problem. I mean, there's still parking brake shoes and whatnot back there anyway. So, anyways, moving on. What have I covered? Do I need to cover anything else? The LE, of course, the one more thing, comes standard with the backup camera. I'm sorry, I haven't really thought this review through. I just thought I'd do it while I'm sitting here on a 15-hour trip. So, just thought I'd get it done. And in the middle of a rainstorm, as you can see. Oh, now I know what I need to cover. The headlights. I love these headlights in this car. I love them the first time I used them at night. The LE comes standard with daytime running lights. When you turn these headlights, when the headlights turn on at night, you are amazed. I don't care what you're used to. HIDs, it blows them right out of the water. Xenon bulbs, right out of the water. I can't say enough about them. The focal point is clear. I mean, it's so sharp. The only thing is that when you accelerate, of course, the front end bobs up a little bit, and people think you have your brights on. Well, when people do that, I just give them a little click of the knob, because when the high beams come on this thing, it lights the sky up. So I just let them have it, kind of. Probably not the best thing, but it's just momentary. Anyways, yeah, what the headlights actually are, the low beams are what's called a LED inside of a refractor. It's a housed unit. It's inside the headlight unit itself. The lifetime on them, I found out, is 50,000 hours. So they'll definitely outlive the car. What really bugs me about it, though, is that you can't just take these refractors out and put them into another. Well, you can order the refractor aftermarket for the car, but it's not for the car. It's a retrofit. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I really want to put these into my fiance's SC400, the car with the EP motor in. I just absolutely love these headlights, and they're just amazing. Everything's so clear with them. Again, it blows everything else out of the water. So definitely a great selling point there. Just going to touch a little bit more on that fuel mileage. I'll tell you what, even if this was a standard LE, I couldn't say enough about it. I just, the fuel mileage just absolutely boggles my mind. I mean, right now, 75 miles an hour. I'm running 1,500 RPM. Okay. Even my, like, bigger V8 vehicles that I've had, were not running that low. And this is a 4-cylinder. Okay, usually it takes a lot more for it to propel the vehicle. The car isn't extremely heavy. It weighs 2,800 pounds. I got that right off the certificate of origin. So it's just kind of interesting that it's able to get that. It blows everything else out of the water in its class. The Mazda 3, the Ford Focus, the Chevy Sonic, of course. It just blows everything out of the water. Just absolutely amazing that it does that. I mean, and yeah, I'm probably going to get a lot of love from you Mazda 3 owners. But, sorry, there's no way. Anyways, of course, Wrangler out of the water, I know that much. Other than that, I don't really care. I bought this as a vehicle to drive, and I'm going to keep on driving it until it just says it doesn't want to go anymore. So, which I guarantee you won't be anytime soon. Alright guys, well, that's pretty much it. Any questions, just hit me up. I'm telling you, Toyota hit a home run with this vehicle. And the interior thing is just me. I mean, somebody who doesn't do what I do is gonna care less, because it's not gonna get stained like that. And I don't even have a stain on it. I can just see it though. It's just like a thing that I see. But the black leather is probably the best option